We all know that breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day, especially now that I am expecting. And today I'm gonna show you one of my favorite powerhouse breakfasts, a smoothie bowl. I'm gonna show you guys how you can make 3 different delicious smoothie bowls with just using one base. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna add sweetened vanilla almond milk. And really you can use any milk you want. If you wanna use regular milk, you can. I'm gonna add frozen bananas. I like using frozen fruit. It keeps it really nice and cold. And I find that when you add ice into your smoothies, it kind of waters things down. So to stay away from that, you just wanna use frozen fruits, and it's also cheaper that way, and they last longer. As a sweetener, I like to use honey, and you can just put in as much as you want. I like to give it a whirl because the bananas can be kind of chunky, and I just want to go ahead and just kind of smooth this out now before I put any more frozen fruits in there. Awesome. Now that our base is done, I'm gonna add some flavor. I'm gonna make my tropical smoothie. This is actually my husband's favorite. I'm gonna add some frozen pineapple, some mango. I love mango. I was actually raised in Hawaii. My brother Taj, who you saw in my mac and cheese video, he was born in Hawaii, and that's when I just fell in love with mangoes. Even now that I'm pregnant, I absolutely love mangoes. I can eat about 4 or 5 a day. They're just so good and sweet and delicious. I'm gonna add juice of half of an orange. And sometimes what I like to do is I like to put my hand over the orange or lemon or whatever that I'm squeezing, just so that the seeds don't fall into the smoothie. Nobody wants to go fishing for seeds. Oh my gosh, that could take like forever. I'm gonna add some protein powder, and this is optional. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I like to work out in the morning, and just that extra protein just gives me loads of energy to get me through my workout. Okay, and that's it. Just gonna give this a whirl. Perfect. I'm gonna give it a little taste. This is so good. This is my favorite part about the smoothie bowl, is just kind of adding all of the different toppings. So I'm gonna add some bananas. Like I said, this is my husband's favorite, the tropical smoothie, just like that. Now I'm gonna add some pineapples, and these aren't frozen. Just bringing me back to all of these amazing memories. As a child, my parents were in the Army, and whenever they would drive me to the base or where they worked, they would roll down the windows and I would just smell the pineapple in the air. That's just what's so great about Hawaii. Just love it. Now I'm gonna add chia seeds. And if you don't know what chia seeds are, they are loaded with omega-3s, which is great for brain power. And I don't know about you pregnant women out there, when you're pregnant, you need lots of brain power. I've forgotten where I put my keys. I put them in the refrigerator. I put my phone in the refrigerator. Actually, I was on my phone and I'm like, where's my phone? Like, really? So maybe I need to eat this whole thing. I'm gonna add some oranges. You see how pretty this is? I'm gonna add some toasted coconut chips. I just love adding toasted coconut chips to my smoothie bowls because it brings texture to the smoothie bowl. That's it! There you have it. Here is your amazing, beautiful, quick, delicious, nutritious smoothie bowl. Now onto my berry smoothie. That sounds so cute. Berry smoothie. Anyway, I'm gonna start with my base, and this is the same base that we used for the other smoothie. One thing that I love about using the same base for all of these different smoothies is cost effective. There's 3 of us. I have my son, my husband, and myself, and we each love different flavors, so you don't have to buy so many different ingredients. Give it a whirl. All right, I'm gonna add my frozen berries. And this is just a mixture of berries. I have strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. And one thing that I just love, I'm obsessed with berries, they are loaded with antioxidants and cancer-fighting agents, actually. And they're low in calories. So it's really nice and healthy for you. Add some spinach. With my son, when I make smoothies for him, I love to add, vegetables in there with a nice sweet fruit, and the kids will never even notice. Add some almond butter. My son, he actually has a peanut allergy, so I like to use almond butter. And I'm gonna add some chia seeds. Blend this together. This is so good. I always get so excited when food is just delicious. Now it's time to put it into our bowl. I just love how vibrant this smoothie is. On to the fun part, adding the toppings. Some banana, great potassium. Gonna add some raspberries, and these are fresh raspberries. I don't know, for some reason, when what you're making looks really pretty and vibrant, it makes me want to eat it more. Add some chia seeds. Gonna add roasted coconut chips. Gorgeous, darling, you are gorgeous. Now on to my son's favorite, my chocolate smoothie bowl. My son absolutely loves chocolate, so this is like perfect for him. Even though I say chocolate, it's a healthier version, so stay with me. But again, I'm gonna use the same base. I'm gonna add some almond butter. Almond butter, it's loaded with protein, which is great to help you get through the day, especially for my son, when he's at school, he's learning, he's reading, he's playing. I'm gonna add some gluten-free rolled oats, some cacao powder. This is not the same thing as unsweetened cocoa powder. This is actually cacao that you would get at your local health food store. This is basically chocolate in its purest, rawest form. There's no added sugar, so it's unsweetened. It's actually really good for you. It's loaded with calcium, it's loaded with magnesium and iron. It actually has more iron than even spinach. Can you believe that? So you can have like chocolate and feel great about it. Add some chia seeds. All right. All right. Give it a little taste just to see if we need to add any more almond butter, honey, etc. It tastes like hot chocolate, and actually, you can even warm this up. You can have a warm chocolate smoothie bowl, but we're not gonna do that right now, but you can. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this to my bowl. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, doesn't this look good? Look at that. We're gonna add our delicious toppings, bananas, which work great with smoothie bowls. Add some bee pollen. Bee pollen is really, really good for you, especially during the winter because it actually boosts your immune system, so it's perfect for the winter time. You can get bee pollen at any health food store. Look how pretty that is. Now on to my cacao nibs. Again, this is just raw chocolate in its purest form. They'll add like a nice texture to the smoothie, giving it a nice crunch. Maybe I should stop eating and show you guys what I'm gonna put into my smoothie bowl, which are my toasted coconut chips. Oh, I absolutely love these. Smoothies, they have a really nice, creamy, smooth smoothie texture to it, but I love to add a little crunch to my smoothies. That's why I love adding these delicious chips. Fabulous. Sometimes it's just too pretty to eat, but it's oh so delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe. See you next week.